Welcome everyone to this week's Herp Monday, and we have a good one. Today we are on Herp Monday number 6, and we have a snake that if you want to see it, you better look up. But be careful. Today's snake that we are going to be talking about is the Boomslang. Boomslang, requested by a member of the community known as Ray Ray, is a very, very interesting snake. The scientific name of this is Dyspholitis typus. There is only one species in this genus. It is a very unique snake. Some people might be wondering how the name Boomslang came about. Boomslang actually means tree snake in Afrikaans. So it actually means tree snake. So it lives in the trees. It is part of the family Colubridae, which is the largest family of snakes in the world. It was once known as kind of like a trash can family, meaning that if you didn't know where else to put a snake, you kind of put it in this family. It's gotten a little bit better. Things have split up, so it's getting a lot more official. These are not a very big snake. As you can tell in this picture, it's really thin, kind of rope-like. They average about 100 to 160 centimeters in length. That's about 3.3 to 5.2 feet. But some of them will exceed about 180 centimeters, which is about 6 feet long. So real long, thin, like I said, kind of like a rope. You can tell from this picture, but we can go look at this picture. Here's another picture of a boomslang. We got another one here. You know, kind of this same one here. Boomslangs have a very egg-shaped head. So, you know, real oval but kind of pointed at one side. And they have extremely large eyes. That means that they are actively looking for prey. They really use those eyes to spot movement. They have 3 large groove fangs below the eye. So they do have fangs, like as most snakes do, but they're actually set way back in the jaw right below the eye, which is very unique. A lot of people think more of the fangs coming in the front of the mouth, and that is definitely common, especially in the media world. These live in sub-Saharan Africa. They are relatively restricted to that African range. You can find them in the pet trade. They are very popular in zoos. We'll get into the reasoning why in a minute. They are an oviparous snake, meaning that they lay eggs. They lay up to 30 eggs, which are deposited in a hollow trunk or a rotting log, and the eggs are left to sit there. There is no parental care over them. They're kind of left to sit, and then they move on. They are diurnal, meaning that they are active during the day, and that really lends to the fact that they have those very large eyes. They're actively looking for their prey. They're searching, during the daytime. They're not using heat sensors like, the rattlesnake would or things like that. They're actively looking. They are arboreal, as we've discussed multiple times already, meaning they live in trees. They eat a lot of lizards, so your chameleons, things like that. They will eat birds and small rodents that get up in the trees, but primarily their diet consists of lizards that are hanging out on the ends of branches and things like that. During cool weather, they go through a process called brumation, so they brumate. The difference between brumate and hibernation is they go into a deep sleep, whereas brumation, they just literally slow everything in their body down. They don't quite go to sleep, but they just slow everything down. Their heart rate goes very slow. It's just, they breathe very slow. It's just an extended, almost stasis state. When these snakes do brumate, they are often doing it inside the nests of birds, more specifically the weaver bird, which the weaver bird will make an enclosed nest with just one little hole, and it will slide into that nest to do its brumation, because it's a real tight, nice little micro environment to keep it heat and keep it from freezing to death. Now, these do have a very highly potent venom, but you might wonder, how does it bite with the teeth in the back of the jaw? And that is because the jaws will open at about 170 degrees when striking. So remember, 180 degrees is a straight line. So 170 degrees is like that, meaning that they're coming at you whenever they are striking. They're coming with their mouths wide open. The fangs will be right about here. So, you know, it's coming at you like this. Now, these are actually a very shy snake. They are not aggressive in any way. They are more actively trying to run. Most people get bitten by these because they try to mess with them, or they accidentally hit the branch that they were hanging on, like a low-hanging branch. But these are not an especially aggressive snake. Now, going into the venom of the snake, their venom is incredibly slow acting. The symptoms from the venom may not actually be apparent until many hours after the bite. To give you an example, in 1952, a herpetologist got bitten by a juvenile of this snake and died. He did not think that the juvenile could actually deliver a fatal dose. So what happened, and it's kind of an interesting story, this was definitely a man dedicated to science. He got bit by this juvenile, then he went over and basically sat down and made notes in his notebook until he was very close to death. And by then it was way too late. These do have a anti-venom, but a lot of people that have, well, I shouldn't say this. Some people that have gotten bit by these, because there isn't a lot of bites from this snake, but some of the people that have gotten bitten these do not get the anti-venom in time, and that's because the venom is such slow acting, they think that they got what is called a dry bite, meaning that a snake bit them but did not release any venom. It's a little more common than people think, but they get a false sense of security because they got bit and they did not feel that immediate pain or immediate danger until many hours later. The issue with the anti-venom, or not the issue with it, is even with the anti-venom, that just stops the immediate danger. Most of the time, the anti-venom requires other treatments. That includes complete blood transfusion. So even after you get the anti-venom, it's still so toxic that they have to completely transfuse your blood, take out your blood and put in new blood. So even though this is a very, very adorable, cute looking snake, it does have very, very dangerous bite. But thank you guys so much for stopping in. I really appreciate it, and I hope to see you again. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. If you do, I would really appreciate it. Please leave a comment on what you would like to see in the future of these Herp Mondays, and check out our other series, Fish Friday. Thank you guys so much again. Take care of yourselves, take care of your loved ones, and peace.